Hey, welcome to Unstoppable Agents. We're glad you're here. This is the show where people come to, and real estate agents come to, build their business, build their wealth, and build a life of impact and significance.
Cynthia, you need to do this. You need to get, your spreadsheet and look at the numbers at the end of it. And it's something that I hadn't really done in 2.5 years that I was with them. And when I did that, I'm like, whoa, what are all these numbers? How much money did I leave on the table?
This is going to be fun today. I'm really excited. This is the show where we celebrate icon agents. Those are the best 2 to 3% of real estate agents out of more than 85,000 agents at EXP. These are folks that have just tremendous value to bring. They share their best tips. It's one of the cultural things about EXP is we're a come from contribution company. We love giving back and we love making a difference. So today I'm excited because I've got Cynthia Russe from Senoia, Georgia. Cynthia, welcome. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you for having me.
First, we should start off because this is all about celebrating you. Congratulations on achieving icon. I guess it was just a little month and a half ago.
Yes, it's crazy that I accomplished it, but yes, thank you.
It's super impressive. It's a big deal. You're in the top a little more than 2% of agents at EXP, and it's number one. It's quite the accomplishment. You get, if you haven't already, you probably get an award something like this.
Okay.
But more important than the award something like this, you're going to get a stack of stock. So it's a little better than the traditional plaque.
Yes.
Makes sense. It's the kind of thing that can make a difference. And it's the gift that keeps on giving because you can spend it, you can save it, you can use it to pay for kids' college or buy a car or the house. It's actually something of value.
Yes. I'm excited. I'm very excited for that opportunity. And I still can't believe I reached it.
It's based on just short conversation with you. I'm not at all surprised. You're super bright and sharp and obviously driven and an overcomer. You'll have a lot to add on the show today, and I'm super happy for you.
Thank you.
So tell us about you. Tell us about you and your story and how you got started in real estate.
In real estate. I'm a mom of 2. I have 2 precious boys, and I was a collector.
How old are the boys, by the way? How old?
15 and 8.
Okay.
Awesome.
That's a little gap, yeah.
So I was a collector for property management. I have worked behind the scenes in real estate, doing other things. So I did permitting for a national builder. I did change orders for another builder. So I've been all behind the scenes. I moved to the United States in 2013 from Puerto Rico, and I've been in real estate since 2013. Now I decided to get my license right on 2017. I was being a collector, so many things that I had seen, so many investigations behind the scenes with property management. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to get my real estate license because I want to help renters. I didn't even get it to sell at the beginning. I just wanted to be able to help people just because I saw so many things go wrong on the collection side of it. So I decided to pursue my real estate career. I did get a lot of pushback from, at the time, who was my partner, because you start real estate, you don't make money your first year, and it was a lot. So I had to push through that. To overcome that, I started with another brokerage. But I'm here today and I'm excited and I'm doing great things. I'm helping a lot of people, so I'm very excited.
Well, I can already tell the secret to your success is that idea of helping people, and you didn't really care what the cost was. You knew it was going to be hard, and you went into it anyway, and you found a way to be successful. Good for you for number one, having that desire to focus on others, to come from contribution, to give, and second, good for you pushing through the difficult things. So when you got started, really, how did you get your first deal?
So I decided I wanted to start in real estate, get licensed in real estate. It was, I think, January 22nd, something like that. I signed up and I was fully licensed, and I started April 1st that same year. So I did all the online courses while I worked. And I had I think he was at the time 3 years old. And I got my first deal and closed because of my sphere of influence. My best friend put me out to her best friend's friend of hers, and it was a listing. So that was my very first deal, 2017. And actually it was my only deal on 2017. It was that one. And then after that, 2018 started, taking its route, and all my friends started referring me, and it just became great after that. But I did a lot of hustle in 2017. I did a lot of open houses. It was pretty wild, but I enjoyed it.
And so what I think is what's a great story there is, number one, you got your first deal from friends, like a lot of people do, but it wasn't like that was the avalanche that got everything started. And I think so often on these shows and icons and big producers, they'll have these stories that people can't relate to, and people feel, oh, I'm not like them, so I can't do great things. Well, you had a rough start. Things pickings were a little bit slim when you got started, and you kept going, and then all of a sudden it doesn't just start to trickle. Then the snowball really, once it gets going, it really gets going, because when you get a listing, it has a tendency to lead into the next one and then lead into the next one and start to move forward. Congratulations on that, pushing through.
Thank you. Yeah, it definitely took a little bit more than 6 months to get more business coming. So it was a lot of open houses, a lot of stuff that nobody wanted to do, a lot of driving around renters, because I started serving renters. I still, till this day, I do a lot of rental stuff. I would say probably 50% of my business comes from rentals.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it's a lot, and it's the work that nobody wants to do, but that's what's got me to where I am today.
You know what? Serving people that nobody else wants to can't help but pay in the long run. And then I'm sure you stay in touch with people, and they either turn into another rental transaction in a year or two, or after a few years, they turn into buyers. So you're building your database and building your long-term business.
Yes, and they have also turned into investors. So it's come full circle as well.
Oh, how great is that? Somebody comes from renting going, man, this is a bad deal for me. I need to buy a house and become an investor. Way better. That's great. So you didn't start at EXP, although you've been with us for nearly 3 years now. Tell us a little bit about where you started and what prompted you to move to EXP.
So I started in Berkshire Hathaway, the Fayetteville office, and it was great. I had a really great broker. Till this day, I love her, and we stay in touch. And it was a great office team, and everybody was wonderful. I loved it. I loved the training. It was all great in my head, and nothing was wrong. Berkshire Hathaway did have a referral program, but the fee structure of it was pretty wild. I still liked it. I pushed through. I didn't know any better. I didn't know any other brokerage that I liked, because there's this other brokerage that I said I'm never gonna work for them. And one of my colleagues moved from Berkshire to EXP, and she said, Cynthia, you need to do this. You need to get, your spreadsheet and look at the numbers at the end of it. And it's something that I hadn't really done in 2.5 years that I was with them. And when I did that, I'm like, whoa, what are all these numbers? How much money did I leave on the table? This is pretty crazy. And she's like, you could save this, and she gave me the whole shebang of how it goes and the bottom line numbers. And I'm like, I cannot believe how much money I left in the table, over $50,000 that year. And she's like, you need to move. And I said, when's gonna be a good time to move? And I had several deals coming, so I decided to do it at the end. That way I wouldn't lose it all, because they keep a certain part and whatnot. So I decided to start on January 1st. So my start day at EXP was 31st of December, 2019. Oh, wow. Yes.
You made, and was the transition, was it bumpy, or was it easier than you expected? How was the transition from into EXP?
So it was really easy, actually. I was surprised. I never thought I would change brokerages, because I really liked where I was. So I was comfortable. I loved the people. So I never thought I would get to that. And I thought it was definitely going to be a lot harder, but within the same day, one dropped, the other got it. And it was New Year's Eve day, and it all happened. No problem at all. After I said Happy New Year, I was on my phone, trying to get all my pictures and all my stuff with EXP done. And it was just easy, quick, and it was pretty awesome.
And so to tell you my level of confidence, if you're watching this, to know my level of confidence and how good our system is, Cynthia and I didn't talk about that at the time. So I could have just walked you into a disaster where you're talking about how terrible it was. But our onboarding has become really an asset for us, and they do a great job, whether it's individuals or teams. They do a great job of helping people transition smoothly. I'm glad that's been my experience. I'm glad that was yours, and that kind of laid the groundwork for things to continue. You told me before that you run a sphere of influence business. So what are some things that you do to stay in touch with people, to show them you love them, to really build on that sphere of business?
So when I started, I was all into gift giving and let's take this here, and all the things that they teach you when you begin in real estate, and all the trainings that you get at first. And I'm none of this is working, and I'm spending all this money, and I'm doing all these things. So I just started doing the Reminder Media magazine.
Okay.
And that has worked really great for me till this day. I send to all my past past clients. I have sent 2 leads that I've had, but that I know that they're solid leads. And that has really paid off. But my sphere of influence, like all my friends, I just think we are in the business of relations. So it's all about relationships. It's all about who you know. And this market is hard. There's a lot of people where I am that they've been here their whole lives. They studied, like they know everybody in every corner. I was a newbie here. Even though I had lived here for a little bit, I didn't go to school here. There's really great top agents in this area that they've been in real estate for over 20 years and they're amazing. So I didn't even think I could be at all in that level because they're from here. I'm not. I'm a stranger. And my business kind of took a good turn because I started working also with a lot of Hispanic people.
Okay.
So I really targeted, like, on my Hispanic, I'm like, how can I find an opportunity in such a tight market here? And it definitely helped me to target the Hispanic market. So that really took my business to a different level. As soon as I started helping all my Hispanic people, everything just took a completely different direction.
You know, as they say, the riches are in the niches.
Yes.
So whatever that is, that's something that's you're able to serve a section of the population that I can't serve, at least not the Spanish-speaking population. I certainly can serve Hispanic folks, but I don't speak Spanish beyond cerveza and just a few other very small high school Spanish things. Good for you, and good for you finding a niche where you can really serve our market well. That's terrific.
Yeah, I really bumped into it. I didn't even think about it. It just turned out to be that way. And I'm like, oh, I'm doing this, but I didn't know I was doing this. So it really worked out.
I think so often that's the way it works. You find your niche by serving, and then people just in a particular group, they resonate with you and they pull you in and give you a chance to go deeper. So you send the reminder me to magazines. Is that a monthly thing?
That's a quarterly.
Okay.
Yes. And every time I go to visit one of my friends, they're like, oh, I got your magazine. Sometimes they think I write the magazine, so they send me pictures. Ooh, my friend is famous. I'm like, okay, thank you.
That's great. Hey, just take it and take the kudos and run.
Yes.
Congratulations again for your Icon Award this year. You mentioned to me a little earlier that you were super surprised. You've had some adversity to overcome. So I just want to celebrate you for doing that, for working through that.
Thank you. Yes, it's been a pretty crazy ride. It's definitely very unexpected because it's been a crazy year.
I think a lot of the times it takes adversity for us to discover how strong we really are. And suddenly, whether it's the things that make you nervous, whether it's being on a video or growing your real estate business, suddenly that doesn't seem that hard anymore, does it?
No, I started doing videos early on in my real estate career, and that's why I knew most of the people around because I started volunteering for the board and doing all the videos for the board, which was great, but I was spending a lot of time doing that, so it was consuming a lot of my time. And I haven't gotten back to video. I've had so much adversity the last year that I'm like, I don't feel confident enough to stand in front of the camera anymore, so that's where I'm at. So this is my first actual camera connection within the last 2 years, maybe.
Welcome back, and you've done wonderfully. I guess last question for you, maybe, I won't promise that, is heading into next year, what are you seeing? What are you doing to prepare for next year?
I'm not taking no breaks. The holiday, I'm gonna hustle as I've been working. I'm not gonna stop. Last year, so I had a lot of financial difficulties due to my health last year.
Yep.
So I said I'm gonna make a plan for this year because I needed to plan out. I'm a single mom, on a budget, living off of commission. It's kind of like the perfect storm. So what am I gonna do? Where am I gonna live? I had lived in South Carolina for 2 years. I came back and it's like, all right, what am I gonna do with my life? So I decided to do a plan, which I had never actually, I guess I have done written plans, but I have never followed through. So this time it was a little bit different. I did my plan, I did my vision board, I put it where I could see it. Sometimes we do it and we just shove it in a drawer and that's not gonna do anything in there. So I did my plan with my vision board, and I every day I did all my affirmations. I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be okay. God has carried me through all of this. I'm here. I'm alive. Life is precious, and I'm going to rock on. Wherever it goes, I'm going to do it. And I think I'm going to get ready with the same intentions every year. It doesn't matter if I hit Icon this year. I would love to hit Icon again next year on purpose, not by accident like this year. So I'm gonna stay focused and I'm gonna work harder. I cannot sit down and not do it. Like failing is not an option for me.
That's good. I'm just thinking about your kids. Those boys are yours, and what their mom has been through, and the example that you are setting for them. And you can do hard things, and they can and will will do hard things, and they can overcome adversity, and they can succeed just like their mom did. Congratulations on being a great mom, being a great businesswoman, and being an overcomer.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.